Okay, next. Next, kid. Let's go. Okay, kid. Hop right on up there.
Ho, ho, ho! What's your name, little boy?
My name's Billy.
Have you been a good boy this year?
Oh, yes, Santa. I've been very good.
Now, Billy, it's not nice to lie to Santa.
What?
According to your file 3 nights ago, when you were playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, you and your friends spent nearly an entire team deathmatch spawn killing the other team.
How do you know that?
That's not important. What's important, though, is that in your very next match, when your team started losing, you quit! No one likes a quitter, Billy!
But...
Santa brings toys to good girls and boys, not quitting little bitches. Now get lost, Billy!
Okay. Next, kid.
Hi, Santa.
Hi, little girl. What's your name?
My name's Susie, and I want a PlayStation VR for Christmas.
Now hold on, Susie. It says here you've got a 3.0 kill-death ratio in Battlefield 1.
That's right, Santa. I own noobs in Battlefield.
Now, Susie, it says here you got that kill-death ratio by playing Conquest. My report says you just camped in the same spot to snipe, never leaving to help your team out at all. It says your team actually lost those games.
Yeah? Who cares?
Susie, teamwork is very important. Without my team of elves, I could never make all those toys for Christmas. Actually, come to think of it, all those elves should probably thank you.
What? Why?
Well, since you're a selfish little shit, that's one less PlayStation VR they'll have to make this year.
So I'm
Next.
not gonna get a...
Next, kid. Let's go.
Hi, Santa. I'm...
Richard. I know.
Wow, you know my name?
Yeah, Richard. I've been waiting to talk to you. Let's discuss this rumor I heard about you getting banned from Xbox Live.
That's a bunch of bullshit, Santa. Those cocksuckers at Xbox...
Now listen here, Richie. Those nice fellas at Microsoft have been kind enough to support an online gaming infrastructure that has provided you with thousands of hours of enjoyment.
Yeah, but they banned me for no reason.
Not according to this transcript I have of these messages you've sent people over Xbox Live.
Where'd you get that?
Shut the fuck up, Dick. I'm reading. Okay, here. Last month, while playing Horde mode in Gears 4 with a young lady, you sent her a message that said tits or GTFO.
But Santa, I was just...
Then, when she didn't respond, you sent another message that said get raped, bitch.
Santa, that was just one time.
Come 2 days later, you messaged someone who beat you in Titanfall and told them you'd, and I quote, throat fuck his entire family.
It wasn't me, Santa. It was my brother.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. And I can see you when you're a little douchebag troll on Xbox Live. Do you think Microsoft is the only one with access to your Kinect?
But...
You're not getting dick this year, dick. Now get the fuck out yourself, you rotten little shit. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Alright gamers, geeks, and other delinquents from the outer realms, it's time for the Gamers in Beta podcast. Podcast with CapnMikeM. assorted co-hosts Jay Maniac 17, Corey Atwood, Sean Quicksilver 3355, and Joe State.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to episode 182 of the Gamers in Beta podcast. This is CapnMikeM. Welcome to our end of the year awards show. Before we get on with it, I just can't believe it, guys. Santa stopped by. He was in a, what would you say, a feisty mood, Corey? He was a little on edge.
It was a little riled up. It had to have been because of the election. Everybody's on edge this year.
Yes. So the big man is definitely busy this time of year. So again, thanks for him for stopping by. Blown away, 2 guests in 2 consecutive episodes. We are so fortunate. Let's move on. Sean, I mentioned to you off air that I am going to rely on you to pick a number between 2 and 40. So we got 39 responses for this survey that we put out there for the listener awards, and I want to give out the award right at the top. So, sir, give me a number between 2 and 40, please.
23.
23. Okay. Let's bring up the report here. Corey, do you have some music for me while we do that? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Sure. I never get to let this play long. This is great.
22, you said, right?
23.
23.
23. Oh, my God, I'm sorry.
He's trying to be like Mike.
All right, the winner is Harry Redbear on Twitter.
Harry Redbear?
Harry Redbear. Do you know him?
No, I have no idea.
Sounds pretty hot.
Not Harry, Harry. I know how you like the hairy ones, Corey.
I'm into it.
Harry Redbear is Sky Tire. Don't you know him?
Oh, Harold? Geraldo?
That's what I'm saying. Harry Redbear.
I didn't realize he changed his name.
It sounds like a stage name. That definitely sounds like a sexy stage name.
Stage name.
Definitely.
Sir, you have won a $25 gift certificate to Amazon. Remember, listen to win. So you got to be listening to claim your award here. All right. Before we dive into the Game of the Year awards and all the other things that are going on, let's get some other stuff out of the way here. I like doing this show every week because I like talking about the news. There's going to be no news this week, so this is a good time for me to plug the Discord channel. I'm going to dump a bunch of news items in there this week to sort of get that out of my system and sort of get some, people viewership over at Discord. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't follow us on Discord, hit us up on Twitter for the link, and we'll get you into the chat.
Yeah, it's a good place if you ever want to play some games with us to hit somebody up individually, just message them in Discord. That's how it always gets my attention. So if somebody wants to drink some beers, play some gears, that's where I'm down to play, is in Discord.
So we asked the Twitter people this week what was the best remaster of 2016. And this is not on our official list here, so it's not something we're going to cover in depth. But the choices out there were BioShock, Skyrim, Resident Evil 0, and Other. The winner was Skyrim with 40% of the vote.
Of course.
Not Other?
Other got 15%. Other came in last. So the winner was, again, Skyrim at 40%, BioShock had 25%, Resident Evil had 20%, and then Other at 15%.
Not that shocking. A lot of people still are playing the original Skyrim, so if they're going to remaster that shit, it's going to re-up all their Skyrim boners.
And we know Jay would say probably Darksiders War Mastered.
I'm not sure. That's the one I've played and I enjoy the most, but it does have some issues, but so did Skyrim. Skyrim had some issues when it came out too, so I guess, I would put it up there. So, but I didn't try the BioShocks. So,
did anybody out there have something that they feel very strongly about that was not represented?
Nope.
No.
I didn't play it, but I figured we should at least mention it, that Bully Anniversary Edition came out for iOS and Android, something I never thought would happen. That was really surprising, but again, I haven't played it. So,
and then also Bastion.
Yeah.
Is that remastered?
Yeah, it's not backwards compatible, so I guess it would be considered a remaster.
It's not backwards compatible?
No, it's actually the they actually made it an Xbox One game.
If you owned it before, you download it free between now and January 1st, I believe.
Correct.
All right. Well, let's again. There's going to be no news, so let's not dilly-dally too long here in the intro. Let's get right to the heart of it. Like last year, if you listened before, what's going to happen here is everybody's going to give their answer for the question, and the one with the most votes gets the award. And we're going to try to change people's minds as we go along. So to really give a simplified layout of how this is going to work, if Pac-Man gets 3 votes, Frogger gets 1, and Space Invaders gets 1, well, Pac-Man gets the award for that game. All right. And like I said, we'll try to talk people off the fence, sway them, and we'll see what happens. The new mechanic this year is there's going to be a what, Corey?
Shut the fuck up.
Button.
That's right. There's going to be an STFU mechanic. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
If someone is belaboring the point or someone, is just going off on tangents or whatever, and then we're going to use this. We get 2 per host. So once you've used your 2, you're all done. And once we use the shut the fuck up mechanic, that person who we use it on gets muted for a minute. So for 1 whole minute, they cannot speak, or else they lose their vote, right? Is that what we decided? If someone just can't control themselves and they speak out of turn because they've been muted, they're going to lose their vote for the award.
Yeah, I think we got to make the punishment harsh, or I don't know about anybody else, but I'm probably going to abuse it.
So we have 12 awards to give out, and we're going to start with the best indie title of 2016. And we're going to start off with Sean.
I'm going to go with Firewatch. I really like that game. I thought it was really a good indie game. I haven't played a lot of the indie games this year, so unfortunately, this is the only one I have experience in, so I'm going to go with Firewatch.
All right. Corey, you're up next.
I really like Firewatch a lot. That was my second place, but I'm going to have to go with Super Hot because I don't know if it's going to get any love from anybody else, but I love the shit out of that game this year.
And where were you playing that on?
I was playing that on the Xbone.
Okay, so you got in kind of late after the hoopla died down a little bit.
It was, yeah. It wasn't the initial release, but that was also this year, I believe, on PC. So.
All right, Joe, you're next with the best indie of 2016.
Oh, sorry.
I skipped over Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe. We'll get back to Jay in a minute.
All right, deal. I'm going to go with Firewatch as well. It was so good that we actually ended up recording a complimentary little second podcast about it, where we did a little spoiler cast because it was so good that we had to just talk about it.
We definitely did. I think that's a valid point. Jay, how about yourself? What would you say is the best indie game?
I mean, I kind of agree with the other guys. It is a really good game. However, I really enjoyed Headlander.
Oh, damn.
Would you consider that indie? Yeah, Joe. I knew you'd.
Okay. Keep going, Jay.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It was, it's smaller company putting it out, so it's considered indie. Really enjoyable to play, unique gameplay, and it was entertaining and fun to play. So that's my pick.
I'm torn here because I really enjoy Darkest Dungeon from Red Barrel Studios, but it is not a genre that I excel at. So it's a game that I play in short bursts, but it is done so well. It's not a game that's, some of these indie games, and God bless these people, they don't have a lot of help. They do the best they can, but these is still a small team, and they've done an incredible with all the voice work, the artwork, you think of these tactical games where they do the hexagons on the things, and it's nothing like that. It's a side scroller game, tactical game. But Firewatch, again, I think I'm going to have to vote for Firewatch just because we had the podcast, we were so engaged about it, and we talked about it for a number of episodes, and I think our listeners chimed in as well. So I am going to vote for Firewatch as well.
Yeah, we did have that spoiler cast. I did totally forget about that. I fucking hosted it. Completely forgot about it.
One thing I will say, Corey, is I'm surprised you didn't say Inside. I thought you raved about that game.
That was up there too, but I wouldn't put that up there with Best Indie Game of the Year. It just had really stiff competition this year,
Joe, when Jay mentioned Headlander, did that change your vote at all?
Fuck. That's a really, really tough decision now.
But it's Double Fine Productions. They're the guys who developed it. That's not a small indie studio. I wouldn't consider them an indie
honestly,
studio.
I would consider Firewatch more indie than I would Double Fine. So
Yes.
just on precedence, I would go with Firewatch.
All right. Does anybody else have anything to add? So Firewatch is our official winner for Best Indie Game of 2016. Before we bring in the listener vote, anything else we want to say about that game?
I want to say that was kind of my vote too, but I really just wanted to mention Superhot. So I'm glad that it won.
Okay. So I'm not sure how we're going to do the listener vote here. If you just want to hear all the responses or just a winner, we'll start with the winner. How about that? And then if people are curious about what other things came up, I can give you some of those responses. So the winner for the Best Indie Game from the listeners was Firewatch. They got 35% of the vote.
Nice.
And let's give the top three here. So first was Firewatch, second was Overcooked, and third was Inside.
Yeah, there you go. See, Inside got some love.
I got to check out that Overcooked, too. I've heard it's so much fun to play co-op because you can do local co-op. So I guess it's a great party game.
Yeah, when we had Logan on, Logan was talking about it. I guess he talked to the developer and that indie podcast that he does. I think it was Indie Insider is the name of his podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, he was pretty into that game too.
It was, definitely. All right, let's move along to the Best Console Exclusive. And I'm going to give some of the possible answers here from our survey to sort of prime some of the listeners for what some of the answers could be. We have Gears of War 4, Uncharted 4, Quantum Break, No Man's Sky, Ratchet & Clank, Forza Horizon 3, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and of course, whatever else was exclusive that I didn't put on that list. So let's get back to the planner here. And Corey, you were going first with this. Give me the best console exclusive for 2016.
All right, best console exclusive. If you'd asked me last year, I would have said I wanted it to be Dark Souls 3. So wanted to be Dark Souls 3. That came and went, and I did not nearly give a shit about it. So I'll have to say the game that I spent a lot of time playing, more than I expected, Gears of War 4. And it has nothing to do with the campaign, why I'm selecting it. So I'll put that out there.
Now, Dark Souls only came out on one console?
Yeah, that's a Sony exclusive.
Yes.
But I'm not choosing it anyway because...
All right. Jay, you are next with the best console exclusive.
Corey said it all. I enjoyed the campaign, although it just felt like a prequel or prelude to an actual story. I think they got to a point where it just started getting really interesting and it ended. But I still enjoyed it. And they're usually short anyways. The multiplayer was a lot of fun. The Horde mode, even though they've really changed it up and made it different, we had a lot of fun playing that. I wish we could play some more. And also the fact that you could play on Xbox One with people who were on PC. So we had some friends who don't even have...
Jay, shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Jay is muted for 1 minute, starting now.
Okay, let's go to Joe, a best console exclusive.
I mean, honestly, let's be real. It's Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Pokemon!
You want to elaborate at all?
Well, I don't have an Xbox. I didn't play any of the Xbox exclusives. And then, the PS4, it didn't have anything like super wildly impressive this year. Even though I guess I didn't get a chance to play the Last Guardian, so I can't really put that in there. But
what about Uncharted 4? Did you play Uncharted 4?
I did not play Uncharted 4 because I've only played the first one, and I want to get through second, third before I do fourth.
So, get on that. Yes,
Pokemon Sun and Moon. I have a lot of good experience with this game so far, and they really killed it. They rejuvenated the franchise.
All right, Jay, you're back in.
Why, thank you. You're very kind.
No problem.
Sean, you with us, brother?
I'm going to go with Gears of War. Obviously, I don't have a console, but I'm going to go with Gears of War because I did play that with you guys. So that's going to definitely be the best console exclusive for me.
All right.
Point.
I think all you guys are fucking delusional. I think Gears of War is sorely lacking in lots of areas. Probably the first that comes to mind is something that is compelling, bringing me back. Zero, nada, zilch. Very disappointed in that game. So I am going to go with Uncharted 4, which was a fabulous experience. Yes, a little heavy on the rock climbing, but they aren't the first game to sort of milk a mechanic. I think the game was beautiful, great narrative, so I'm going Uncharted 4. But that doesn't mean anything because Gears 4 did win with 3 votes, and Pokemon and Uncharted 4 are tied with 1 apiece. So our official winner for Best Console Exclusive was Gears of War 4. Let's go to the listener feedback, and I am so fucking vindicated. It is Uncharted 4 with 42.5% of the vote. Coming in at 20%, which is the second place, would be Forza Horizon 3. And then at third place with 15% would be Gears of War 4.
I'm not going to lie. If it was close, and there were only 2 votes for Gears, I would have been very willing to listen to an argument for Uncharted 4. You probably could have convinced me quite easily because Uncharted 4, it's like the opposite end of the spectrum. Fantastic narrative and campaign. Never really tried the multiplayer, and Gears, exact opposite.
Gears got an award. They didn't win anything at the official Game Awards that Jeff Keighley gave out, but they win an award here. Congratulations to the coalition.
Where it's most important.
All right, surprise of the year. And Jay, you are going first.
My surprise of the year was, if I can find it on my list.
Surprise, he doesn't have one.
No. Is it a good surprise or a bad surprise?
Well, we have a disappointment. So I think the spirit of this question was surprise in a good way. Because I think we covered the bad and disappointment.
True.
Duh. Well, if you couldn't guess, I'm going with Headlander again because it was it's not necessarily an indie, but they kind of work in an indie fashion. And we really didn't know much about it until we actually got to play it. So Headlander.
All right.
It really surprised me in a good way.
Okay, next is Joe. What is your surprise of the year?
Hands down, my surprise of the year is Doom. They put a demo out for the multiplayer, and it set the bar so fucking low because that demo and that multiplayer was not impressive at all. And then all of a sudden, you throw out this amazing, incredible game, Doom, and holy crap, blown out of the water. So good.
Excellent. I think those are all valid points, and we'll see if anybody else agrees. And who is next but me? And I think it comes down between Doom and Warhammer End Times Vermintide, which we had great fun playing. That was a surprise because usually those games aren't that great. But I think Doom did so well. They did so many things so well that I'm also going to vote for Doom. And next we have Sean. What is your surprise of the year, sir?
It's going to be Warhammer Vermintide, actually. I was surprised they even liked the game like that. But we had a lot of fun that night we were on playing. So, I really enjoyed it, the experience with that one. So that's my pick.
I wrestled back and forth with that, but I think that is a valid choice, certainly. All right, who is next here? Corey, what is your vote?
We're going to be doing some arguing because no one apparently agrees with me. My surprise of the year was Firewatch because it was a game that I'd never even heard of during development. I didn't know anything about it until it just suddenly lit up Twitter when it, launched. And I played it, and, pretty much all of us played it. And within the first, 5 minutes before I even had any gameplay, just in the very beginning, it already had me practically in tears. Mm-hmm. So, Firewatch is my select for biggest surprise.
Well, as the rules stipulate, the one with the most vote wins. So at least right now, we're not going to officially declare it the winner, but at least right now, Doom has 2 votes, Headlander has 1, Warhammer has 1, and Firewatch has 1. So as things stand right now, Doom would win. Does anybody feel like they want to debate this more, talk through it more, or are they comfortable with Doom?
I'm going with Doom.
Yeah, you're going to change your vote to Doom?
I am going to change my vote because he's absolutely right. We played the multiplayer, and it was like, nope, not even interested. And then playing the campaign, it just was so much fun to play. So I'm switching over to Doom.
Okay, so that's 3 votes for Doom now. Corey, do you feel like debating further on this, or are you comfortable with that?
I'm not going to lie. I loved Doom, and I expected to like it. I didn't expect it to just, like, be as balls out as it was. I mean, who could hear this and not want to just fucking shoot a demon in the face? Like, that was such a fucking rad soundtrack, too. So, sure, yeah. I'll throw my vote towards Doom. Doom was so good.
All right, so 4 votes for Doom, 1 for Warhammer. Sean, you didn't play Doom, did you?
Yeah, no, I did.
You still going to stick with Warhammer?
No, I guess I'll go with Doom. Because you're right, because that soundtrack got me. If I didn't have the soundtrack on there, that definitely, yeah. I'll switch mine to Doom, unfortunately. I mean, I played both, so, yeah, I'll go with Doom.
All right, so Doom is a clean sweep for the 5 of us. Let's go to the listeners. We really should have had a drum roll for this, Corey. We didn't plan this.
I think I have one. Let me look. Vamp a little bit.
Yes. So as Corey looks at this, I see there's a strong candidate in this selection here. Very, very strong selection. Over 50% of the votes. 52.5%, in fact. I think I'm going to announce it, Corey. I'm going to go ahead right now and tell people that it is Doom. 52.5%.
I can't find my drum roll anyway, so I'll just give it this.
This other one here that came in second place, I do agree with this. I was wrestling with this as well. Watch Dogs 2. You know, Joe went on so much about Watch Dogs and how he didn't like the first one. I thought I would hate Watch Dogs 2, but it was a pleasant surprise. And third place for the surprise of the year was the Nintendo Switch announcement.
That's a good one.
You know, what is curious, maybe what we should do is read some of the write-in votes, because those are always interesting. So we had, for surprises, we had Mr. Robot, the mobile game, Neverwinter, and Overwatch.
Who was surprised by Overwatch? Because it was a pretty big deal. It's Blizzard. I expected it to be pretty good. Yeah. Unless they hadn't heard about it even coming out, I guess. Then it could have been a surprise.
Okay. And do you guys want to hear some of the other write-ins from the other awards? Do you want to circle back to those? Any curiosity?
Yeah, why not?
So for Best Indie Game, we had write-ins for No Man's Sky and Stardew Valley. And for Best Console Exclusives, we had no write-ins.
Stellar.
Well, I gave so many options on that one. I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the best sound. Now, before we go right into it, do we want to define what best sound means? Does it mean soundtrack, sounds like noises, like the ambiance, like gunfire, crackling of the dirt?
We can't define that now.
All of the above.
Yeah, I totally agree. All the above.
All the above. Okay. So for best sound, Joe, you are kicking things off.
Okay, well, for best sound, I put Doom because the gnarly demon noises and like the sounds of the weapons, the soundtrack, all of it, total package right there, baby.
I am next. While Doom is certainly a strong contender, I did not like the concert thing at the Game Awards. I know some of you liked it. I'm going with Battlefield 1. I just think the way the campaign plays out, the way they tell the story, the sounds in that, the gameplay sounds, some of the music that they play after you die, after things are over, really spice up the whole game. So I'm going Battlefield 1.
All right, and I'm going to go with, I actually had this one was after the last award, I'm going with Doom. Because, I mean, the soundtrack just kicks ass. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It really gets you into gaming. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely sticking with Doom.
All right, and I'll just let the soundboard do the talking. So fucking good. Doom, all the way.
All right, Jay, I think you're last.
I am last. And do you know what it sounds like when a flaming fireball goes by your head with that metal music playing in the background and then a demon screaming at you? Doom. Yeah.
Okay, so I was clearly outvoted. So Doom got 4 votes and Battlefield got 1.
I got to admit, Mike, I did pick that first, but then when I got thinking about Doom, it just was not a contender.
Okay. So Doom has won 2 of the 4 awards so far from us. Let's go to the listeners and see what they picked for Best Sound. And what do you think happened, gentlemen? It happened in console exclusive, and now it's happening again here. Vindication, motherfuckers. 45% of the people out there voted for Battlefield 1 as the best sound.
You know what kind of listeners we have? Bunch of drug users. They don't know what they're talking about.
In second place came Doom with 22.5% of the vote. Third place was Inside at 10%. We have a couple write-ins, so let's read those as well.
Did anybody write in the adorable cat that I'm hearing in the background from somebody?
No.
Frickin' Anya.
No such thing.
So the other write-ins were Final Fantasy 15, Gears of War 4, and Titanfall 2.
Gears of War 4 for sound? Get the fuck.
What? Yeah, no.
Indio Techno had a vote for something.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Fucking Destiny.
Yeah, at least it wasn't Destiny.
All right. Now we're switching gears to Best Narrative. Lots of good choices for this one. I am kicking things off here. I wrestled between Firewatch, Uncharted 4, and Mafia 3. Haven't played enough of Mafia 3, but it's starting off really good. But I got to go with Uncharted 4. I thought the voice act.
All right, I'm throwing a shut the fuck up out there, just because no one else has thrown one out. So,
Thank you.
Mike, you're on a shut the fuck up for a minute, which I'm starting right now. And I think who goes next? All right, Sean, you're next.
All right. Well, I'm voting for Firewatch. Real talk, man. I like it when a game makes you feel like it's everyday life and not something out of fiction. So I really do. I think that's the best narrative. I think is Firewatch. That's gonna be my vote.
All right, and I guess that's me next. Firewatch was a close second. Uncharted 4 was a close second, but I have to be sappy and pick that Dragon Cancer because it's that game. Like I never want to play it again, and it really, really was. It was so emotionally heavy on me. I've never played a game that emotionally heavy. It really, really got to me. So I have to pick that Dragon Cancer. And who goes next?
That would be me. That Dragon Cancer would probably be in my wheelhouse, except I didn't play it. So I've got to go with Firewatch because, like you said in the beginning, you almost cried in the beginning of that. So, and then after that, you kind of, in a way, had made your own narrative by discovering everything and piecing that story together. So that is my pick.
Mike, you're back now, by the way.
All right. Very good answers so far. Let's see. The last one is Joe.
My vote goes to that Dragon Cancer as well. Firewatch and that Dragon Cancer were definitely 2 games that were really high up there. But I ended up going with that Dragon Cancer because that game is literally just a narrative that you're playing through. And basically all it is just a vessel to fucking depress you and make you feel like the sorrow that these people had to go through. And as a parent playing that game, like there's no way you're not gonna fucking bawl your eyes out, man.
Yeah, holy shit. Like the whole game is what, probably 3, it's not even 3 hours. It's probably a whole 2-hour experience. Mm-hmm. I banged out the whole thing in one night, and I had to take a break at like the 1 hour mark and like just walk into the other room and just fucking compose myself because I've been fucking crying for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, man. I couldn't even finish it. Like I had to stop. No, I couldn't
finish
do it. No, man. It broke my heart. I couldn't fucking. I got to the where you're in the hospital and you're using the speaking spell, and then
that's what I was gonna ask.
And I was just like, fuck this. I can't do this anymore. This is too much.
That was the roughest part. That was so tough, especially when the nurse
broke me, man. It fucking broke me.
And it was how many video game narratives do that?
All right, well, we are at an impasse here because Firewatch has 2, and that Dragon Cancer has 2, and Uncharted 4 has 1. So we have a tie. Do we want to go to the listeners to see what they said to maybe break the tie, or do we want to continue going back and forth? I think it's tough for me to give that Dragon Cancer a vote because I haven't played it. I think that would be sort of like a phony.
Yeah, I can't. I haven't played either, so.
Now here's a question. That was only available on PC, correct?
Yes.
That Dragon. So does that help take some points away because it's only available to PC players?
No.
I don't know. These 2 guys seem pretty moved by it. I think we might go to the listeners.
I think we're going to the listener.
I'm the least PC guy here, and it's like one of the only PC games I played.
Well, we have a problem now.
Damn it.
Because there is a trend. What did I vote for?
Oh, are you serious?
So Uncharted 4 is what I voted for, and that's what the listeners voted for as well. 43.6% of the people voted for Uncharted 4. Second place is Firewatch. And third place is That Dragon Cancer. So we pretty much have a tie here, folks. So we're going to have to do some debating to sort of move some of these votes around.
Second place, man.
We have a tie. I mean, it's a three-way tie, 6 votes, 2 for each. Uncharted 4 has 2, Firewatch has 2, and That Dragon Cancer has 2 as well.
All right. So to you guys who are voting Firewatch, I played Firewatch as well, and that was a very, very good narrative. And I've played other games with very, very good narratives. But like I think it was Joe said, that Dragon Cancer was literally just a narrative. Like the whole game was the narrative. And I mean, I don't know. I know you guys said you didn't play it, but I don't know. I've never had a game impact me as much as that game did.
I got to use a shut the fuck up on Corey.
Okay.
I can't vote for something I haven't played. That would just make me out to be a phony. So I can't change my vote. I could change my vote to Firewatch, or I could stay where I am. What I will say about Firewatch is I thought the way it flowed was very natural. It came across like a natural conversation. The minus, 4 to 6 hours is all they had to really do. Uncharted 4, depending on how good you are at rock climbing and stuff like that, is somewhere between a 16 and 20-hour game. And there's a lot more narrative in there, and there's more characters that are involved. So I don't know if that sways anybody, changes anybody. Certainly, I'm the only one that's played Uncharted 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we are at an impasse.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
All right. Which game actually spawned a podcast that we had to record so we could talk about it?
Hold on, I'm back. I played Uncharted 4. I just have I got some shit to say.
Okay.
I just want to say you're right. It's tough to vote for a game that you didn't play. I would opt that you would switch your vote to Firewatch because Uncharted 4, excellent narrative. I totally agree with you. I think that if I had to give Uncharted 4 an award, it would be best dialogue and best dialogue delivery. I think as far as a written story goes, Firewatch's story was superior to Uncharted.
I have a major problem giving it to Firewatch because we're going to have, this is our, 5th award? We're going to have 2 for Firewatch and 2 for Doom and nothing for Uncharted 4 yet? That is a travesty of the highest order if I've ever fucking seen one.
So you're going to do it just out of spite for the previous
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like the narrative between...
Okay, Mike, shut the fuck up.
Oh.
I have to use it.
Damn. There's so many shut the fucks up on Mike. I did not expect this.
I know. I thought they were all going to be on me. But Firewatch actually won for its dialogue and narrative. It's people. So
the thing is, we're trying to convince Mike because he's kind of the wild card, and we just shut the fuck up to him.
Yeah, so that kind of just defeated the whole purpose.
I had to.
Well, if he doesn't want to vote for Firewatch, maybe he should just throw his vote to That Dragon Cancer. Then, we would have another one. We would have another game up there. If it's bothering him that bad, I'm just saying. 20 seconds left, Mike.
I didn't hear a lot of people talking about the narrative for Uncharted, so... That's why it's hard to pick. Go ahead.
Firewatch is awesome, but it's like it took a lot of planning and it took a lot of writing to create that. That Dragon Cancer is literally a vessel for these people to deliver the experience and the grief that they went through.
Mike, you're back.
And convey a pure, like, fucked up feeling on
real
the
story
player.
Too. True story.
Real story. They put real sound clips and real pictures of their kid in there.
I can't pick That Dragon Cancer, but to move things forward, I am going to go with Firewatch. Just because we'll be sitting here and talking in circles, and again, you guys are compelling me to play the game, but I haven't played it, so I can't.
No, don't play it.
And since I'm the only person to have played Uncharted 4 here, no one's going to come. Oh, that's right, you did play it. Okay.
I played all of these selections. I played all 3 of them.
So you didn't think that the the whole dealing with his brother Nathan and his brother, that his wife was there as well, and then the dialogue at the end when they were wrapping it up, and then all the other characters.
Yeah, great game. Best story in an Uncharted so far. Not the best action, but best story. But again, if this was a dialogue or voiceover award, I would hands down give it to Uncharted 4. I love, all the dialogue in Uncharted 4. But as far as an overarching story goes, like, take an evening and play that Dragon Cancer and tell me that doesn't deserve this reward.
Don't play that Dragon Cancer.
So Firewatch is going to win the award. So I will move my vote over there.
Thank you.
But I feel vindication because every time that I've been outvoted, best console exclusive, best narrative, the listeners have agreed with me. So I can sleep well tonight.
I think the listeners are just in the pocket of Big Mike.
Yes. Big Mike, is that what you're calling me now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're moving on to a best looking. And isn't this perfect timing? Sean, you are going to go first with best looking for 2016.
So I'm going to go with one. I'm not even sure if it's going to be on anyone else's list, but Deus Ex. They did a really good job on cleaning that up a little bit. So I really think that one for me was the best looking. I would have said Ark, but you know what?
Your bias would have showed on that.
That game kind of looks like dog shit. Come on, man. You can't vote for Ark. Yeah. I love Ark, but it doesn't deserve
He's
that.
playing it on PC. It does look good on PC.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I was going to say Farming Simulator 2017, but I think the rule is I guess we can't vote for a game we haven't played.
No, it's you can vote for whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm
voting for only things I've played for my integrity. If you don't care about your integrity, you vote for whatever you want.
Oh, look at him attacking my integrity like that. I was just making a joke. Actually, this is when I'm going to throw Uncharted 4 up there. That game was gorgeous. Those like sweeping vistas, the facial animation, it made LA Noire look like dog shit. So yeah, Uncharted 4.
All right.
Well, I'm going to have to say Battlefield 1 because that is incredible. I mean, you can make out the faces of the other soldiers as they're racing towards you and make out which weapon they're carrying. It blew my mind when I was playing that. So
Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I vote for Hitman. Hitman is, that is a beautiful game. It is, you can see forever. There are so many people on the screen, and they're all interacting, and they don't recycle a ton of the user models or whatever. Really vast environments that you can pretty much interact with almost everything there. Like, it is really well done visually. And I'm really into it. I posted some screenshots yesterday if you don't believe me. So you can look.
So look at this. Look at the predicament we are in here. I am last, and I have the opportunity to give Uncharted 4 an award and feel some sort of vindication.
Maybe you should just read what the listener said and just say that again.
Well, this is a good opportunity to say that I am out of shut the fuck ups. Corey has used one, Jay has used one, and Joe and Sean have used 0. So I can't shut the fuck you up right now, Corey.
That's right.
Battlefield 1 is a great-looking game. I would agree. And with the PS4 Pro update, it even looks better. This is really tough for me. The reason I'm going to go with Uncharted 4 is that pirate city that you came to towards the end of the game. That just really blew me away. That top-down look, and you could sort of see a little bit of a way in the distance, but you could also see what was immediately there below you. I thought that was just fantastic. So I am going with Uncharted 4. So that would give 2 votes for Uncharted 4, 1 for Deus Ex, 1 for Battlefield 1, and 1 for Hitman. I don't think we're going to change anybody's opinions on those. So let's go to the listeners for a best-looking game of 2016. And Battlefield 1 wins 40% of the vote.
Wow!
And
drug addicts.
They agreed with Little J. Oh.
Second place was Uncharted 4 at 37.5% of the vote. And in third place was Overwatch with 12.5.
So does that give us a tie?
Not
Well,
really.
Battlefield had one vote before. Weren't we giving the listeners just a single person vote?
Listeners were just listeners were just a tiebreaker. So in the previous situation, we didn't have a consensus amongst us. This time we did with Uncharted 4.
The one time you could have swayed me, Mike. I may not have played the game, but I was able to see the graphics.
And I can't believe this answer. Someone wrote in Unravel was the write-in for best looking game of 2016.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Aaron?
Boo!
All right, so this should be a really great discussion here. We're going to go with the biggest disappointment, worst game of 2016. And kicking that off is Corey.
All right, since we have to stick to a game, I guess I can't say the biggest disappointment this year is Skype, because holy fuck, Skype, really? Jesus Christ. If anyone's tried to record a podcast on Skype, they know what I'm talking about. And I guess I can't talk about the election, so I'll just move on. But yeah, I'll say biggest disappointment of this year was The Witness. Fuck that game and all its stupid asses. Fuck The Witness.
All right, that's a pretty strong opinion there.
Wow.
Jay, how about yourself? And again, Jay, integrity means something to me. It might not mean something to you. So let's see if it's something that you have played or not played.
The fuck was that all about?
He attacked you before you even came out of the gate.
I have a feeling he's just going to say something, and I don't know if he's played it.
Well, I took this literal. Took this literal. It was the biggest disappointment and worst game. So I actually put 2 in there.
Oh,
he can't even vote yet.
he will get his vote in later, but he's not allowed to discuss it.
Yes. So that means we leapfrog Jay and we go right to Joe.
My biggest disappointment is I haven't really played any games that are disappointing, but I was disappointed before it even came out. No Man's Sky. I was super hyped on it, and then I found out that it was a game with a lot of elements that I actually had no interest in playing. That's not my kind of game. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm off that fucking wagon.
All right. Next is me. I started debating back and forth Battleborn or Gears 4. I guess I would have to go with Battleborn because it didn't hold enough people's attention. I bought it. I had a group of people to play with, and then they abandoned ship. And so that sort of spoke to what they thought about it. And then I was sort of left with like a $74 bill. I don't think it's a real bad game. It's not great by any stretch, but I'm going to go with Battleborn.
All right, Jay, you're back too, but it's not your turn. Are we going to go back to Jay last, or how are we?
Yeah, we'll go to Jay last.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with No Man's Sky because I was really looking forward to that game. And when I picked it up day one, I was just disappointed. Now, they fixed it now, but that doesn't count. I'm still going with my biggest disappointment is No Man's Sky.
All right. So, again, before we get back to Jay, we have The Witness at 1, No Man's Sky at 2, and Battleborn at 3. Battleborn with 1. So, Jay, go ahead.
Pokemon Go.
What? Wow, that's not what I expected you to say.
Pokemon! No Man's Sky may have launched with what people thought was going to be in it, but it launched with what was actually in it. Pokemon Go launched and then took away the stuff that I liked and turned the game into a piece of shit for me that made it useless for me. So that's why I picked Pokemon Go, because they actually launched with stuff and then removed the stuff that a lot of people really liked and made it a game that was useless for me. So they took a game that was fun in the beginning and trashed it.
All right, whoa. I have to know specifically, what did they take away? The little footprints next to how far away the Pokemon was? What was it they took away?
Yeah, the location stuff, being able to walk around and find stuff, and the fact that where I live out in the middle of nowhere, it's not like I just walk into town and they're everywhere. There's not a lot of Pokemon around me. So I needed that stuff.
Those footprints didn't tell you where the Pokemon were. They just told you approximately how close you were to them. It was like some super vague game of hot and cold.
Right, but I could walk in one direction and it would go down to 2 footprints, and it would go down to 1 footprint, so I could actually find out where it was. Once they took that away, I literally couldn't even find the Pokemon around my area. Because like I said, where I live, there are none.
They took it away to revamp it and have reintroduced
a much better mechanic since.
Yeah, it's a better tracker, man.
And I can't do it while I'm driving anymore.
well,
we can go
That's also
back to
super
Mike's
illegal.
talk about.
All right. Well, we have 1 for The Witness, 2 for No Man's Sky, 1 for Battleborn, and 1 for Pokemon Go. Does anybody want to change their votes, or are we comfortable with that voting?
You know, I will. I mean, since no one else did, anyone else play The Witness?
No.
No.
Okay, I was going to say, if anybody else played The Witness and wasn't highly disappointed, fuck you. That's all I have to say right off the bat. But I will jump off The Witness, I guess, and go to Battleborn because, seriously, I mean, Overwatch made that game just...
Shut the fuck up.
It sucks for Battleborn. I feel bad for it, but holy shit, everybody was disappointed with it.
Did you just shut Did you just shut yourself up?
No, I used that as an expression. I wasn't shutting myself the fuck up.
So that means we have a tie then. No Man's Sky and Battleborn at 2 apiece. And so the way we did Best Narrative, we went to the listeners to break the tie, right? And that's what we're doing again?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for the biggest disappointment, worst game of 2016, the listeners selected at 47.5% No Man's Sky.
Whoa!
I mean, that's not a surprise.
So that came in as the biggest disappointment. They agreed with Sean. It's not what you're doing for me later. It's what you did for me in the beginning. They don't care about working through the bugs and adjusting and fixing things and making things right. It's you fucked me from the get-go, and you're getting worst game of the year.
Wow.
Second place was Battleborn at 22.5%. And in third place was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare at 12.5.
Whoa, really?
Whoa, that's a surprise.
Nice.
Apparently,
I'll just say the only reason I didn't pick Battleborn is because I was never really into Borderlands, so I didn't really have that high expectations of that team.
No.
Just kind of expected it shitty right out the get-go.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if I took the rural part out of my pick, me living in the rural area, I would have done Battleborn due to the fact that I was expecting them to take some kind of what worked for them before and kind of turn it into what they made, and that was not it, and nobody was in for it. So I would switch to Battleborn.
It's nice to know that I'm the only idiot who actually ever expected The Witness to be good. So I guess that's the only reason I was disappointed in it.
So before we move on to the best 2015 game we played in 2016, let's remind people where we are with the Shut the Fuck Ups. Joe has used 1, Jay has used 1, Corey has used 1, and I have used 2.
Yep.
So Sean, you have yet to use any, and a couple other people have 1 left each. So the best 2015 game you played in 2016, Jay, kick it off, please.
Tomb Raider.
Wow,
I actually
Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's what I was saving my shut the fuck up for.
Yeah, but that was DLC, so I'm kind of sticking to the main thing and going with the full game. Because The Witcher actually came out 2 years, right?
No, it came out 2000. It was our game of the year last year.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
year. I tried to stop it, and I couldn't stop it.
Yeah, but I mean, I've picked that for everybody. Everybody knows. I don't even have to say it. So it's Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider came out earlier. I didn't play it until it actually came out on PS4. I let it sit there for that long and then played it, and I enjoyed it, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And I had fun playing it. So Tomb Raider.
You're talking Rise of the Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider, correct.
All right, Joe, you're next.
All right, well, I'm going to choose The Witcher 3, because I didn't play it in 2015, but since...
I'm throwing a shut the fuck up. I can't listen to someone talk about Witcher 3 again. God damn it, it's been a year.
The best game ever made?
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Mike, your turn.
All right, so the best game that I played... I'm not sure if it's the best game, but it's probably the one I played the most, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Fallout 4.
And I am also going to go with Fallout 4 because, I've been playing a lot of that lately.
Nice. So, Corey, you are last. What's the best thing that came out last year that you're playing this year?
All right, I'll bring up the rear with Rocket League. It got robbed here for Game of the Year last year from the fucking Witcher 3. So, yeah. Rocket League. Still love the shit out of that game.
All right, so Tomb Raider got 1, The Witcher 3 got 1, Fallout 4 got 2, and Rocket League got 1. Corey, guess what? Rocket League lost again.
Son of
And
a
even
bitch.
if there was a tie, I would have jumped on Fallout 4 because I played that for months.
You're back in, Joe.
Yo, fuck Rocket League.
You're wrong.
That game sucks, dude.
That game is so good. It's not my fault. You guys all have shitty taste.
Whoa.
I like Rocket League. I just don't think it's that. Yeah.
Corey, take a lap, brother. The listeners voted best 2015 game you played in 2016, Rocket League.
Ow!
A bunch of drug users.
30% of the vote. Second place came The Witcher 3 with 27.5% of the vote.
Shit,
And
yeah.
third place was Star Wars Battlefront at 15% of the vote. We had some write-ins here, a bunch of them. We had Mad Max, Metal Gear Solid 5, Shadow of Mordor, and Rainbow Six Siege.
Wow.
All right, so who officially wins that? Was that Fallout 4 that won that?
Fallout 4 wins it from us, and the listeners voted for Rocket League.
I love you, listeners. I take all that back about the drug use.
So Corey has used all his shut the fuck ups.
Yep.
So just a few more in play there. Let's go to the Fun Factor Award. Might not be the best game, but still boatloads of fun. And we're kicking that off with Joe.
Oh, this game, Overwatch, definitely takes the cake on this one. Hella fun. Team Fortress 2 Junior. That's the reason. Because I love Team Fortress 2, and this game just wanted to be Team Fortress 2, and so it was fun.
Goddamn, Sean, you disappoint me.
What? I didn't get it out of fast enough. It was my fault. He'd already done his speech, so I didn't get a chance to do it. It's my
Get
bad.
vicious.
For me, the Fun Factor Award, let's see here. Let me get my list out. Fun Factor Award, I would have to say Ratchet and Clank. I think that game is what video gaming is about to me. Just going around, slashing all the crates and everything like that. It's just old school gaming. So I'm going with Ratchet and Clank.
I'm going to go with Golf with Friends.
What?
Friends.
Golf with Friends.
What the fuck is that?
Well, maybe you should look it up. It's on Steam.
I'm asking you to tell me.
Oh, it's a golf game. It's like miniature golf, but it's on. It's an early access miniature golf game, and they have all kinds of seasons, and it's actually really cool. You play with like 8 or 9 people, so and you're all it's pretty cool. You gotta look it up. It's on Steam. I think it was like I don't know $5 or something like that. So.
Too much.
I mean, this doesn't have video, but I have the what the fuck face on right now.
Well, I've mentioned it before.
We've
so
talked about it before.
I've talked about it before.
Yeah. I
right.
had the what the fuck face on then, too.
All right,
right,
Jay.
so-
No, who's next? Corey's next.
I got it next. Don't give it to Jay. All right. Even though Mike won't play it with me anymore, I will have to choose Gears of War 4. I love the multiplayer this time around, so Gears of War 4 has got my vote.
I won't say that I won't play it anymore. I'm just saying it's not as good as the Horde mode in Uncharted. Excuse me.
Uncharted.
Well, Uncharted just came out with Horde mode this week. I haven't played it yet. Uncharted 3. Gears 3. I did it again. God damn it. Gears 3.
You want Uncharted to be on this list,
I
goddamn.
want to marry Uncharted.
You're in the pocket of Naughty Dog.
Now we've got that. And Corey, you already picked, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's you.
So I was going to go with Jackbox Party Pack because that is a ton of fun when you have friends over at the house. Everybody gets their phones out and plays. But playing some Gears 3 Horde mode was a ton of fun. So
Yeah.
Gears 4.
All right, so Gears 4 with 2 votes, Golf with Friends with 1, Ratchet and Clank with 1, and Overwatch with 1. Do we want to debate some more or no? People comfortable with that?
I got 2 votes, so I'm very comfortable.
You're very comfortable. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give it to Gears 4. So Gears 4 has won yet again another award, the Fun Factor Award. Let's go and see what the listeners have selected. They were totally different than us. They came in at 37.5% for Titanfall 2.
Whoa, I thought it would be Overwatch.
And this is even going to get crazier here. At 17.5%, they gave Recore as the answer.
Wow.
And in third place, Ratchet and Clank. Let's get to some of the write-ins here. Dead Rising 4.
That does look fun.
And then we had Genital Jousting.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that is going to be the worst game I've ever seen.
So to summarize here, Gears 4 was our pick, and the listeners picked Titanfall 2. Let's move on to Jay's favorite award, the Controller Chukka Award. And I will go first on this. You know, I would have to go with Doom for this answer.
What?
Because some of those,
Really?
some of those boss battles towards the end, and then I was also trying to do those challenges that you had to do in a certain time frame, and those are the ones I spent a lot of time on, and those pissed me off. So I'm going with Doom.
I'm going to go with Ark because of all the nonsense that's been going on with all the breakage they've had on their servers and such. So I'm definitely going with that one.
Now, you would have to go with Scorched Earth, technically, right? Because Ark came out, a year and a half ago or something like that. I mean, Scorched Earth.
The Scorched Earth DLC. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I would have to go.
Ark hasn't come out at all, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Nobody's played it.
Since I barely played Scorched Earth, I have to say The Witness, because fuck that game. So, yeah, move on.
I've got to pick the one that I actually just put a controller on, being a 45-year-old child, was Division, trying to complete too high of a level of a mission, and it was pretty much impossible.
Before I go, I want to hear Jay say Controller Chukka Award properly.
This is a controller chucker.
Thank you.
There you go.
So my vote goes to Hitman, because that game gets super frustrating, and it's all your fault, and all you could do is just be pissed off about it because you didn't execute something properly. At that point, the game becomes shit, man. 'Cause fuck that.
Shit, man.
Aha, I see what you did.
So we have a problem here, gentlemen. We have 5 of us and 5 different votes. Again, the answers were Doom, Ark, Scorched Earth, The Witness, The Division, and Hitman.
I'm willing to change my vote to Doom, actually. Since I did play that game, I did not play the other 3 because I kind of get. Yeah.
But did it frustrate you to the point of chucking a controller?
Well, there was a couple of points. Well, either chucking a controller or my lunch, one of the two, depending on what I was doing. But
I mean, some of those boss battles at the end, especially when there was like, I forget the names of those guys by now, but when there was like 2 sets of those big guys with the big axes, that did piss you off a little bit. When you got close to beating the final boss, and then the thing came up and shocked you, and you had to start all over again.
Those were tough boss battles. I don't think I ever got to the point where I was that frustrated, though.
Typically, a boss battle is when you get upset and you throw stuff. So I think that was a game. That was a game to me that felt like it had the most boss battles, or level bosses, if you want to put it. And I thought some of those challenges in there that you had to do, where you had to find some of those zombies and stuff like that, and you had to jump just right and not fall off the map. To me, those got frustrating. No one has to change their vote because we have a winner at Doom at 2. But if anybody wants to change, they can.
I'm going to change my vote, and I'm going to change it to The Division.
Aha, there you go.
Reintroduce the tie. Because I got that game for free because I bought a video card. And then I played through just a little bit of it. And then I was just like, you know what? This game is not very fun to me. I am not having a good time because this game just feels like it's, I don't know, maybe I don't have enough friends to play with online or what, but this game is just getting super frustrating. I'm not able to get past this part. I tried it about 3 or 4 times on the same mission, and then I was like, fuck this. Actually, I need to uninstall it, I think.
That is what happened to my controller. Same thing. I was trying to do it solo, and it was not possible because I had not leveled up enough and just kept losing. And then me and Mike did it the following night, and we breezed right through it. So
I guess we're going with the listeners, eh?
Well, Corey could swing the vote here. The Division has 2, Doom has 2, and The Witness has 1.
Yeah, so I guess I'll jump off the witness because nobody played it besides me. So that means I'm the biggest sucker here. But I can't let Doom take it. I love Doom so much. And I did play that like free demo thing they did of The Division. And although I didn't get to the point of wanting to chuck a controller, I did realize that like, oh, hey, this is Destiny. And Destiny kind of sucks. So, yeah.
I think I'm not sure if you're interpreting the question as like a bad game. It's not meant to be bad. It's meant to be like this was challenging and I was throwing stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean necessarily like Bloodborne. That was challenging, right? Dark Souls is challenging.
Frustrating to the point of wanting to throw a controller, right?
Yes. Not out of like, this game sucks. I can't believe I wasted money. It's like, I can't beat this game. I'm not good enough. I got to up my game to beat it type shit.
True. It's not a slight against Doom, but I at no point did I find Doom frustrating enough to the point of wanting to throw something. So I don't know. Like yeah, you're right. So maybe if I did jump on the Division bandwagon, it would just be out of my dislike for Division. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah. So you know what? Fuck both of you guys. I'm staying with the witness.
All right. Well, let's go to the listeners.
That helps.
Glad I wasted everybody's time with that tirade. Someone should have shut the fuck up.
Sean's sitting there with a whole bunch of shut the fuck ups.
Why won't you shut me up?
Let's see. Dark Souls 3 came in first with 42.1%.
Oh, that's right. That came out this year, didn't it? I forgot.
And then we had a two-way tie between Dishonored 2 at 15.8%, and there was a slew of write-ins that got 15.8%. Some of the write-ins were Destiny, Just Cause 3, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, Super Dungeon Bros, Watch Dogs 1.
Watch Dogs 1?
No, that didn't come out this year.
What did they put?
Drug addicts.
I mean, I can't blame them on that.
Doom got 13.2% of the vote.
So
What are you guys saying is yours? The Division? The Division didn't even get a vote here.
No. Division was like Borderlands. If you tried to tackle something that was higher level than you were just beating your head against the wall.
But that's what you knew that. You knew like that would be impossible.
Right. Yeah, that was something that you learned over time. With Doom, man, they just start chucking bosses at you like crazy time. And that could get frustrating.
The Boss Chuck Award.
So here we are. We got Doom with 2 and the Division with 2. Corey, you what did you have again?
I had the witness, but nobody else played it, so I'm throwing it to the Division. The Division, it seems frustrating, and I'm frustrated that it was just Destiny. So fuck that.
The shitness.
Leveling can get is very if you don't have people to play with too. So
the Division wins our Controller Chucker Award, and the listeners wore Dark Souls 3. So we got 2 categories left. Next is the Nerd Award. You've lost hours, friends, jobs, companions due to this game.
Oh, well, that's odd. I guess I'll have to go with Ark, obviously. I don't think I need to say anything more than that.
You should shut yourself up on that one.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, some of you guys are just sitting there. I guess you're waiting for the game of the year, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just waiting for something that really matters, yeah.
All right. So Ark gets 1 vote. Corey, you're next.
I would have to say I know this is not going to be popular with our listeners, but this is also post Foundation update. But I would have to say No Man's Sky. I got completely tired of the game. I went back after the update, and I'm really into the survival mode.
Corey, shut the fuck up.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Shut the fuck up.
I felt like Corey just went on and on about that, just so he was testing Sean.
Corey totally just talked and said thank you after he said shut the fuck up too. So his vote's excommunicated, right?
All right, who's next here? Jay, you're next.
That would be me. For the Nerd Award, this is where Fallout 4 comes in.
So you're picking a game from last year that you played this year for Nerd Award.
Is that outside the rules?
I don't know if it's outside or I'm just making.
No, all
it
I'm
known.
asking. I'll just ask.
We haven't clearly defined, so you can pick whatever you want. There's been no definition.
So I'd go with Fallout 4 just due to if you look at the time played in 2016, it would have been Fallout 4. I literally played that every night for months, and I haven't even really hit a lot of the DLC. So I just touched the DLC. So Fallout 4 was my nerd award.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
I'm going to go with, as our good friend Jay likes to say, Pokemon Go. Because anytime I walk outside of the house, or even before I walk out of the house, I fucking fire up the app and I'll be like, yo, is there anything around here that I need to go get? And then, I'll go walk way out of my way from what I'm trying to do and go find Pokemon.
Joe, shut the fuck up.
Oh. Jay has just used his last one.
I had to. I can't deal with that fucking Pokemon.
For the record, I agree with you, Joe.
All right, so where we are is Ark has one, No Man's Sky has one, Fallout 4 has one, and Pokemon Go has one. It's my turn, and I am going with The Division because I have over 120 hours in the game, and I don't think I've played a game that many hours this year besides Fallout 4. So I'm picking a 2016 game, The Division.
Well, I've got over 1,500 hours in Ark, so I kind of got to
stick with your guns, right? Who's typing? Who's making all this noise?
Yeah, it sounds like a cat is leaping on a typewriter right now.
She is not even in the room.
So The Division, Pokemon Go, Fallout 4, No Man's Sky, and Ark. Joe's still on a timeout. Corey, you mentioned when you came back from your little timeout that you agreed with Joe. Does that mean you are switching from No Man's Sky to Pokemon Go?
Seeing as how No Man's Sky was super unpopular, yeah, I'll say Pokemon Go. I did spend an embarrassing amount of time playing that game, so yeah, I'll throw my vote in that direction.
Pokemon!
Does anybody want to change their vote at all?
Well, I was going to switch to Division because that is technically a game that was put out this year.
Okay, so that would be 2 for The Division, 2 for Pokemon Go, and 1 for Ark. We have a tie again. Let's go to the listeners.
Oh, you're back, by the way, Joe. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry, Joe.
The listeners selected. Oh, this is tricky, guys. So besides write-ins, The Division came in at 25.6%. Final Fantasy 15 came in second at 23.1%. We had a whole bunch of write-ins that got 30.8% of the vote.
Wow.
So we had titles like Destiny, Civ 4.
Destiny did not come out this year. I'll throw that shit out.
Well, look at this. People spell Destiny differently, so we had 4 votes for Destiny. Wait.
Damn it.
I say we nominate the worst
Bunch
spelled
of drug
Destiny.
users.
No, wait a second. We have 5 votes for Destiny because then there's Destiny Rise of Iron.
That came out this year.
Oh, that must have been totally different from regular Destiny, right?
Other people put GTA 5, Marvel Puzzle Quest, Overwatch, Pokemon Sun Moon, and Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League.
So I think it's going to have to be the Division because that's got 25.6%. All these other write-ins took up more percentage, but they were all just,
Individuals.
So where we are with this is The Division at 2, Pokemon Go at 2. The listeners picked The Division as well. Do we want to give it to The Division, or do people want to still debate this back and forth?
Could I bring anybody over to the Pokemon side, or is that a no-go?
It didn't last in my house more than I'd say a week, and that was my kids. I played it for one afternoon and didn't have any incentive to go back.
It's an everyday thing.
And Joe and Jay already. What did you put biggest disappointment?
We played a ton of Division, so it did eat up a ton of time. So that's why I switched over.
They just introduced new gold and silver Pokemon that you can hatch from eggs.
So it sounds like everybody's staying pat, and the listeners will break the tie. So The Division has won back-to-back awards. They've won the Controller Chucker and the Nerd Award.
You sure don't want to nominate Uncharted just to throw them off?
I should have. All right. Now we're getting into the big one here. The game of the year. The creme de la creme. Corey, you are going first, but before you utter any sort of words, let's remind people where we are with the Shut the Fuck Ups. Jay, Corey, and myself are out. Joe has one left, and Sean has one left. Okay.
All right, has anybody not been shut the fuck up? I think we've all been shut the fuck up except Sean, right? I don't think anyone shut him up.
He shut the fuck up to himself.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll let him keep that one though.
Yeah.
Do we want to And give the listeners first, or is that we keep that in the pocket for a tiebreaker?
Yeah, let's save it for a tiebreaker. We've needed to use it a few times.
Okay. So game of the year, Corey, no pressure, but you are going first.
All right, it's got to be the game that I have recommended to a ton of people on Twitter. Doom, son.
Okay, Corey's going with Doom. Jay, you are next.
I will probably have to switch
Shut the
later.
fuck up.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
That feels good every time. So I guess I'm next, huh? So I'm going to go ahead and also vote for Doom because that game was lit.
Yeah.
Well, here we are again, folks. Uncharted 4. It's a fucking masterpiece. What can I tell you? I was just in awe of some of the stuff that was in that game, and I just thought Naughty Dog knocked it out of the park. Visuals,
Mike,
dialogue.
shut the fuck up.
thank you. And now I have to time
going.
two peoples here.
I'm going to go with Doom. Obviously, I mean that's this is the
You should have just saved it for when Jay comes back and then shut the fuck up to him again.
We would have had to sit here and fucking.
Oh, wait, did Mike just talk?
Uh-oh. Uncharted 4 down the drain.
All right, Jay's back too, by the way.
Doom. Yeah.
Holy shit, Jay just got metal as fuck.
So that's 4 votes for Doom. So everybody here who can talk right now votes Doom. So anybody who doesn't want Doom, speak right now. Anybody? No? Doom. Nobody? No? No? You want to hear the Doom song some more? All right, you're back, Mike.
Oh, fuck you all. But again, sweet vindication because
I knew
the listeners 32.5% said Uncharted 4. So even though I've lost, and our official game of the year here at Gamers in Beta is Doom, Uncharted 4 is the listener vote. Do you guys want to know what place Doom came in?
First.
Last.
Uneducated drug users.
2.5%. One person voted for Doom.
You got to put down the crack pipe.
One person?
One person voted for Doom.
What the fuck?
Second place was Overwatch, 22.5% of the vote. And then third place was a tie between Battlefield 1 and Gears of War 4.
They should call that shit overplayed.
Oh.
Some of the write-ins here were Final Fantasy 15, Firewatch, Telltale Batman, and Titanfall 2.
Telltale Batman.
Someone said Final Fantasy 15 for Game of the Year?
That's it. So let's recap all the awards. Started off with the best indie game. That was Firewatch. The best console exclusive was Gears 4. Surprise of the year was Doom. And best sound of the year was Doom. And best narrative, Firewatch. And best looking, Uncharted 4. And biggest disappointment, worst game, No Man's Sky. And best 2015 game you played in 2016, Fallout 4. Fun Factor Award was Gears of War 4. The Controller Cheka Award was The Division. The Nerd Award was also The Division. And Game of the Year for 2016, Doom.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any feelings? Doom certainly has won 3 awards. The Division won 2. Firewatch has won 2 as well. I am really shocked. Well, I guess I shouldn't be shocked because I should have known that 3 of you didn't play Uncharted 4. But,
Exactly.
So it was just me and Corey. And I was just surprised that Corey did not vote for Uncharted 4. I think maybe one time maybe voted, if that.
best looking, I voted for Uncharted.
Yeah.
But I mean, Uncharted had a super good narrative. And if That Dragon Cancer had not come out this year and had not made me cry like a bitch, I definitely would have voted for Uncharted 4. Because Uncharted 4 was great. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, dude,
Did it make you cry?
It made me get misty? No, it didn't. Not at all. But like, seriously, Mike, you got to play
Did
that. Dragon
Firewatch
Cancer.
almost bring you to tears?
Yeah, it really did. But,
All right, then there's no competition.
Well, I couldn't vote for Firewatch for best narrative, out of the gate because I just wasn't satisfied with the ending. Right? I was expecting more.
Yeah, I can see that, but it's still up until that point, it had me by the balls. So
who said it in our spoiler cast, Sean? I think it was you that said it, that it was like a realistic ending. Like people were expecting some sort of weird far out ending, and it was more of a human realistic ending. And I totally agreed with that. Was it Sean that said that? Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. No, but it was Joe.
Telling me.
Joe said that.
Well, it was enlightening, and I completely agree with you.
Too legit.
Well, let's wrap this up. Excuse me, all choked up and so excited with this show and the listeners. I can't even speak right now. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for a great 2016. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I thank you for all your time and effort. And, when we all can't be here, someone is always there to help out and pitch in. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate all the listeners for listening this year. This is the last show of Gamers in Beta for 2016. We will be back at the beginning of 2017. So again, thanks for listening. Essentially, like a lot of comedians say, you guys keep the lights on. So I thank you for that. Anybody else want to go next?
I don't have a ton of plugs. You can follow me on Twitter at Catwood. Follow Bago Games on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I should have a Gamers New Year's resolutions thing up at Bago Games. Keep a lookout for that. And I want to play my Witcher sound effect because I totally expected Jay to pick Witcher for a game he played last year, but I didn't get to play this.
Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse.
Had to play that.
All right. On that note, Jay, you have a plug?
I've got a negative, or whatever you want to call it, Skype fucking with us tonight. And a shout out to you guys for putting up with trying to get this recorded tonight. Was a major headache. And it was on my end. For some reason, Skype didn't want to play well tonight. So, and again, to all the listeners once again, and to the co-hosts, it really has been a great 2016. Bringing you guys on has really, I think, brought the fun level up for Gamers in Beta. So thank you guys for joining us and making things much better for us and enjoyable. And I hope that that goes for the listeners too. Thank you to the listeners for downloading the podcast, and if they would give us some good reviews on whatever you may be downloading on. And for Mike, for we're on what, going on our 4th year now.
Yeah, something like that, right? 2013 we started?
Yeah, so, and a shout out, I don't know if he ever listens or not, but to Dan Amrick for bringing the group together, the original Gamers in Beta group together to get this started and continue on with things. And, here's to a good 2017.
Oops, didn't mean to play that. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
My turn.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
Hey, so 2016 brought Sean onto the show as a permanent member. So big shout out to Sean, and thanks for becoming one of us. So, fuck yeah, Sean. Also, fuck yeah, everybody that listens. I don't actually think that you use drugs or that you're uneducated.
They only use the good drugs.
And if you do, maybe you just don't let it get out of control, and that's fine too.
All right, Sean, how about yourself?
I just want to thank you, Joe, for the sentiment. That was very nice, and I appreciate being on. I mean, I was only technically supposed to be a temporary fill-in every now and then, and it ended up being a regular gig. So I'm very happy that I've had a great time on here for sure. This is the mothership. I mean, I am on another podcast, Rated Arc. I have to shout them out because last week I forgot to. So Rated Arc is an Arc podcast. If you want to listen to that and put up with that nonsense, you can come over there. And thanks you for you guys, the rest of you guys. I mean, you guys have been great, and the listeners. Thanks for listening, and we hope you you follow us for next year.
Exactly. So we will be taking a week off. Enjoy these shows we've put out this month, and we will be back in early January. Hopefully everybody has a great holiday, whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. You don't celebrate, but you just like to eat the food, that's okay too. Have a happy and safe New Year. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to go out and listen to the newest episodes from Dad's Getting Grounded and the 40cast and all the other podcasts like Everyday Gamers, OMG Hour, Fluxapose, Tap the Craft, all the podcasts that we listen to. I'm sure I forgot some there. Future Monkeys. Yeah. Go out and support them as well. We are one big happy community. And I think that's it. Again, thanks to everybody. And Jay, for the last time for 2016, take us on out.
Till next time, same beta channel. See you next year. See you.
I don't know why it's not playing. I'm sorry. Fuck. What the fuck? I'm clicking play. It's not fucking playing.
Well, that's a sign because it's supposed to be Uncharted 4, you motherfucker.